Some people compare iRacing to real-life racing. Not only because the physics are that great, but it's rather expensive, just like real-life motorsports. Don't get me wrong, I personally am convinced that the vehicles and tracks are definitely worth their money. But it will take some time for you to acquire everything you want unless you want to spend hundreds of dollars immediately. For all those who are new to the service or thinking about the next purchase, in this video I want to give you some help. I asked myself, what are the best cars to buy coming from the price perspective? Therefore, I thought about the price-performance ratio as an indicator. The price-performance ratio, in the context of this video, is defined as I want to drive as much as possible. There are two ways to measure it. First of all, I want to participate in as many series as possible. And second, I can drive as many races per day as possible. I did a little bit of math and came to the following results. Regarding the drivable series per car. With 3 series per car, the Ferrari 488 GTE, the BMW Z4 GT3, the Ferrari 488 GT3, the Audi RS3 LMS and the Ford 2017 GT, as well as the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport, will make racing drivers' hearts beat faster. The 488 GTE can be driven in the IMSA series and the Le Mans series, which is a sprint and an endurance series. The Z4 is available in 2 endurance series, the Nürburgring Endurance and the VRS GT Endurance. Short races can be driven in the VRS GT Sprint. So the Z4 is one of several cars where you must not be blinded by the numbers. You can compete in 3 series, but 2 of them are long-distance races which take place only weekly or in even longer intervals. The Ferrari 488 GT3 shares the same problem as it almost drives the same series. It participates in the iRacing Endurance Series and not the Nürburgring Endurance Championship. Both the Audi RS3 and the Cayman GT4 drive exactly the same races. The main event is the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. Furthermore, both cars can be found in the before mentioned endurance events, Nürburgring and iRacing Endurance Championship. So, there's the same problem with the Z4 and the 488 GT3. 2 out of 3 races are endurance events which do not take place daily. The Ford GT 2017 drives both Le Mans series event in addition to the IMSA Sports Car Championship. Let's go into the next category, cars with 4 series. One of them is the 911 RSR. This car drives 1 event more than the Ford GT 2017, namely not only the IMSA Sports Car Championship and both Le Mans series, but also the iRacing Endurance series. The 911 RSR receives bonus points for its unique engine sound. The Audi R8 LMS is the second car with 4 series. In addition to VRS Sprint and VRS Endurance, it drives the IMSA Sports Car Championship as GT3 and can also compete in the Nürburgring Endurance Championship. The clear winner in the price-performance ratio series per vehicle are the BMW M8 GTE and the Mercedes AMG GT3. Both can compete in a staggering 5 events. The M8 has its own fixed setup series, the BMW 12.0 Challenge, which has replaced the 488 GT3 Challenge. It can also be found in the IMSA Sports Car, the iRacing Endurance and both Le Mans series. The Mercedes GT3 drives both VRS series, the IMSA Sports Car Championship and can compete in both major endurance events, iRacing Endurance and Nürburgring. With these 2 cars, you get the most series per car for your money. If you compare the Mercedes to the McLaren GT3 for example, the Mercedes can drive 5 series, the McLaren only 2. I do not want to say that you should buy the Mercedes just because you like the McLaren more, but you definitely get more for your money buying the Mercedes. But, as I already mentioned, there's a small problem in the context of this consideration. What helps a car that can compete in 5 series, but 4 of them are only endurance races that take place only every 2 weeks? Therefore, I also calculated how many race starts each car has per day, no matter if the series overlap or not, and I can tell you, the result of place number 2, it surprised me. I start my consideration with cars that have 24 starts per day, which means an hourly race, 2 2-hourly series per day, and so on, 24 race starts per day. The Skip Barber Formula 2000 has 24 starts per day, as its race series is held every hour. The Porsche 911 RSR, the Ford GT 2017 and the Ferrari 488 GTE have 24.1 starts per day. 12 in the IMSA Sports Car Series, 12 in the Le Mans Series, and a neglectable number of decimal places resulting from the endurance events, which have very little impact on a single day rating. The same applies to the GT3s, Mercedes, AMG and Audi R8. 24.2 races per day, the higher decimal results from the fact that their endurance events take place more often. Second place with 36 races per day, and it surprised me, it is the Dallara F3. It has 1 hourly and 1 race every 2 hours, the Pure Driving School Formula Sprint and the SimCube F3 series. You can race that car a lot. The winner, and probably every one of you can guess by now, is again the M8 with a blatant 48.1 starts per day. This number, of course, unlike the other GTEs, is pushed by the BMW 12.0 series with hourly starts. My recommendation is, if you are a friend of GTEs and GT3s, you will not make any mistake buying the Mercedes or the M8 because you will be able to drive a lot of races and a lot of different series. Especially in the beginning, it is good to own a car which not only participates in one series, because then you can switch series between the weeks if you do not own a track. Also, the AMG and the M8 drive similarly because both of them have a very heavy engine in the front. As I said before, don't just be blinded by the amount of series, but also pay attention to whether there are daily or monthly events behind them. 3 series are of little use if, as I already said, 2 events take only place every 2 weeks. For friends of Formula Sport, the Dallara F3 is a recommendation. Also, if you're just starting out and got into Class D, I personally would recommend the Skip Barber because it's a car which you also can race every hour. And last but not least, maybe the most important tip: buy what makes you happy. Just because a stranger says on the internet that the price-performance ratio is good, it doesn't mean that the car will make you happy and be fun to drive. If your heart beats for a Commodore supercar that only starts 12 times a day and you can deal with the limited flexibility, go for it. I will link my database in the video description. If you notice any mistakes or have additions, please feel free to comment. Because we're fresh on YouTube and hopefully we helped you to speed up your iRacing career, we would be happy about a subscription, because with it you speed up our way on YouTube. Thanks for watching till the end and have a wonderful day.